This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast. Betsy,
Yes.
are you excited about our guest?
Ooh, I'm so excited. I've known this guest, I feel, from the very beginning of moving to LA. So what's that, like now 13 years or
Whoa.
something, which is crazy.
That's a spooky number, so that's great.
It's spooky.
13.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, he is a very funny performer. We've seen him at UCB for years. He's truly one of the smartest improvisers in the game, too.
Yes.
We have on today writer Joel Jensen. Hello, Joel Jensen.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me. Thanks
my
for saying
gosh.
nice things about me.
Truly.
Oh my God. We had 101 together.
That's right.
And immediately we were both like, oh, you're funny. Let's be friends.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
that's
forever.
nice.
Betsy was the first like LA friend I made. Like
Yeah.
that I didn't know you before. I didn't like work with you. You were like the first like socially made friend
Oh,
Yes.
that I
Yeah.
ever made here. Yeah.
Same. It's so fun and nice. And you just make me laugh so hard. And because I think, did we also take 201 together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're like, we got to do this together, man.
those were the days.
Yeah. It was like such a sweet, like little naive time in a good way.
Yes.
And like, yeah, you're like, it was like the feeling of like, all right, we're picking our crew and we're going to do this together. And it's like a lot of those people are still like in my life and I know in yours too, Betsy. So it's been really cool.
It's really fun and wild.
Yeah.
It feels good.
I would say that a small handful of my 201, but half of my 301 class, we still all know each other.
Yes.
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
I think it's great.
It's so fun.
We got one living next door. I can't get away from him.
There you go.
And I
There
took
you
it in
go.
New York, so it's really crazy that they're out
Oh,
here.
that's even crazier, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited to have you on. I don't know I know Betsy chatted you up, so she knows a bit about what you're going to talk about today, but we're going to get there, and I can't wait because I have no idea what it is. But we always start by asking our guest, what, if anything, do you believe about the paranormal?
It's a great question. I've been thinking about what my answer is going to be. The short answer is I believe most of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think I've like, I feel like the world is such a complicated place and there's so many things going on and like that of course there's stuff that like slips through the crack of even the rules of how things are supposed to be. I feel like there's probably like mistakes in the fabric of reality that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I like ghosts. Sure, I feel like there's not probably like tons of ghosts, but I think that there are probably ghosts. Aliens, I think there's a lot of interesting ideas around aliens and stuff like that. I think aliens are out there.
Yeah.
And like demons and stuff, 100%. I feel like ascribing like a strictly like, you know, like the Christian definition of a demon or whatever is probably not the case.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that there are like forces and agents of, you know, different powers and intentions that are out there.
Interesting. I've
And
never
I
heard
feel
it.
like you run into them sometimes. Most of the time we probably don't, but like it's out there.
I've never heard it put that way before. It's very interesting to me.
Because it is like through all of time, every different civilization has essentially kind of like their angels and their demons, Dan Brown. And so it is like, oh yeah, there is like good energy out there and shitty, scary energy out there.
I mean, that is how life balances itself out, right? There is
Right.
an opposite of everything, unless that's just a saying.
Right.
It's either
Yeah, I think
just a
it's there.
saying or real.
I like I don't remember where this is from, but like somewhere I read, or there was like a movie I was watching where like also this idea of like there can be things of such like energetic significance, whether because it's something like very evil or very good or whatever, that can like leave an imprint on I shouldn't say this again in the span of 2 minutes, but the fabric of reality. But like that like events can be so significant that they like leave a mark that is like exists kind of outside of time. And that's also something that like feels very compelling to me, that like things can just like leave a mark or like bruise reality in some way. And sometimes you like encounter it or you brush up against it or sometime, and it'll either be like a freaky demon or just give you the willies or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A freaky demon, though. Be a freaky demon.
Freaky demon, isn't that your profile name,
Yeah,
Marcy?
my AIM, Freaky Demon 69666. Should have been 6669, but whatever, guys. I was young.
66 is good.
That's interesting, though, to hear someone say that they kind of like it. At least the way it sounds to me is that you almost put. Like, you're like, there's maybe some ghosts. They're definitely demons. It feels like a pretty cynical view of the paranormal.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. I wonder if it's because in my mind, like, it's harder to transform something from like a person into a ghost rather than just you've just been a demon the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Now-
okay.
Okay, I want to dig into the demon thing because we haven't had a lot of discussion about them on the show. So do you think that they are like a thing you don't see, but they're causing chaos, or that they are in people are influenced by them, or that they're walking around as people, or?
I feel like I've not like thought this out very much, so I might not spell this out very clearly, but my feeling is like they're out there like bubbling beneath the surface. They're like, and have always been, and like almost like interdimensional, right?
Yeah.
And the trouble starts when like they bleed into our world. Whether by being like called in or invited in or forced in or like stumbling in, and like yeah, because I think that there's like parallel dimensions, but like not necessarily like a dimension that's just like this, but just like slightly different where I have a mustache. I feel like there's other dimensions that are like hell dimension or whatever, and like. There's this book I read that isn't about this stuff, but it talks about like parallel dimensions where like they like slightly differ from each other on this line, like that goes infinitely. So eventually they're very, very, very different from each other, but they're all like interconnected. And there's theoretically you could like travel across them. And I feel like there are probably ways through like, black magic or hexes or whatever, where you can like bring something into our stream from another one for whatever purpose you might have, or even like accidentally.
Whoa.
Ooh, this is freaking me out, man. This is spooky.
What really freaked me out thinking about that is, what if it goes the other way?
Ooh, and you can get pulled into there.
Yes.
Ooh, and we're evil to them.
Because we want to do things that are just asinine all day long. You're like, what? Why do you want to watch people scream at each other? I'm like, because the housewives are great.
Yeah, so like we're the demons who just get people to like argue over dinner for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, or like, why do you have
Shit, actually, maybe.
too many stupid shirts? Like, I mean, I guess there's something to be said about the gross consumerism and like overconsumption that, like, you know, in our culture, maybe that's not like viewed as evil per se, but you're like, when people are starving and homeless, it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, you guys, check out our sponsors, our advertisers.
Please.
I need more things. I truly have never just thought about demons in that way. That really is very scary to me. And in their dimension, before they're pulled here, what are they doing? Are they living a life? I think they are.
I think so. They're not just having fun.
Yeah, they're not just waiting for us.
Yeah. And I think it's like, what's creepy is like, what is that life? What does it mean? Because it's probably very different from ours. And like, the thing that makes me the most scared is this idea of deeply ancient spirits or forces or beings that are just like, have always been out there and are totally alien from us, and don't have any regard for us, but can come in and begin to interact with us for like whatever it is they want or their own ends, like that kind of stuff, like deep time Lovecrafty shit is like that, like these like almost indifferent but like dark things out there.
Yeah, man.
You know what?
I've never thought like that, and that's freaking me out.
When you say it, it really does bring to mind, like, I've thought about this before in my life, that like a fly in the house, and if you swat it, you kill it. And I've thought, when that's not, I don't even know that I've done it. I'm not that skilled. I can't swat a fly. But to think about like, oh, that's not nice. That's things living and now it's not. But then I have thought, well, they only live for like a couple weeks. So it's not really, we're not really missing a lot.
They're just pooping on your stuff.
Well, they have whole families. They have babies. They have a whole life cycle. But that's what maybe these other dimensional beings are thinking about us. They're like, well, we've been around for eons. These guys live like 60, 80, 90 years tops. Like, who cares what we do to them? It's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. They like just brush us off so easily, or are annoyed by us. Or you know, find us trivial, is like that kind of thing, or is very scary, or like that we don't belong here is like very, like the way a fly doesn't belong in your house, and like you accidentally stumble into some situation or context that some nasty thing thinks is like, you don't belong here or whatever.
Oh my
that
God,
stuff is freaky to me.
Chills, dude. That's so freaky.
Yeah, because there's so much unexplained, and we only understand our concept of what we've built in society and what our world with this, and that's what's so scary, is like to be like, what do they have, families? We don't even understand anything outside of familial units and societal units. Like, we don't even understand the possibilities of what else could be out there. Like in that fucking movie Arrival, when they talk in circles, what's in literal like circle shapes?
Yeah.
Circling smokes, that's how they talk.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what do they think of us, man? Like, yeah, this is, I don't want to like jump into a tangent, but this is where like, have you ever heard of the Fermi paradox with aliens?
No.
So it's this idea where like, all right, so the universe is eternally old, right? It's like super duper old and super duper big. And we've been around for a while, and we've developed certain technologies, and we're on a trajectory that like, space, we've like already gone into space, and we already have traveled. Now the idea is, right, if the universe is so much older than us and we've taken this trajectory and we assume that there is life, why have we not encountered another intelligent civilization yet? Like, where is everybody? Is basically like the Fermi paradox. And then there's like different answers to that. Some of them is like, we have, but it's just being kept secret. That's one explanation. But the one that like really gives me the chills is called the dark forest theory, which is basically like, to put into an analogy, like if it's the middle of the night and you're in Central Park, are you going to be like walking around screaming, hey, is anybody out there? Or are you going to try to be as quiet as possible so that none of the freaky, nasty people out there find you?
Yeah.
And that's the explanation for like we haven't run into everybody because every sufficiently advanced alien race is like,
isn't out there.
I don't want to be found. Like, I don't want anybody to find me because there are scary, dangerous things out there that I don't want them to know that I'm here. And so I'm going to keep to myself. I'm going to stay as quiet as possible and hope that they just like pass me by.
Yeah.
And like, that is so bone chilling to me. And that like, we then as humans should shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
I think
get
maybe
caught.
we should be quiet a little bit. Whoa.
And we're so arrogant too to believe that if they were here we would know about it, and that, you know, like there's no proof. It's like, well, maybe they're a lot smarter than us, or maybe they exist differently, so like we wouldn't be able to see them, just like we can't see a bunch of colors that that again flies can see and butterflies can see.
Yeah.
Really obsessed with flies right now. It's because of my cat. My cat's hunted one yesterday. I might be thinking about that guy. I felt bad.
It was a big day. It was a big day at your house. Your cat's caught a fly.
I mean, Joel, you know, when there's a bug in the house, the cats are like, finally, we have a reason to exist.
Yeah, it's a big event. It's a big event. They bring them to you sometimes too to like kill it, and then like I was going to bed last night and I found a dead fly on my pillow.
Oh my god, that's so sweet.
Because they just like placed it there for me to see.
There you go. You're welcome.
Sweet.
That's so funny.
Here you go, daddy.
Hey, daddy.
Or roommate. I don't know what your relationship is. I live with a mommy cat and her 2 kittens, so I don't feel like I'm the cat's mommies.
What do you feel you are then?
I don't know, like a great aunt or something.
Great aunt.
I'm not like that close to them, but you know, I can like them. They're cute. Man, now I really have thought about, not a lot. I don't think about aliens a lot. I think because it is overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And of recent years, I've thought about, especially because I don't know, just been like introduced to other cultures of people who have existed longer than the white people in America. So the idea that ancient civilizations maybe were just as smart or smarter and had more technology than we did.
They absolutely were.
Yeah.
And but the technology, like I'm talking about, like whatever technology we think we have, they probably had something different, better, or whatever, that something else.
I mean, they were able to figure out so much shit.
And that eventually all these civilizations, like at some point, they don't exist anymore. Maybe it's because they were killed by outsiders. Maybe they died off. Maybe they just, like, I don't know, like thinking of like the lost city of Atlantis, if that's a real thing or whatever. But that these don't exist anymore. And like, that just looks like our future, that like, that's where we're heading, like to top out at a certain point. And then people will one day find remnants of an iPhone and be like, what was this weird glass they all used? Mm-hmm. Oh, there's like photographs of them looking at the glass, but it was like, you know, like the whole Black Mirror thing, I guess. But yeah, to be like, yeah, it just, when civilizations die, they're just gone and no one knows anything about them. And the same thing could be happening with aliens along that timeline of the Earth, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the answers to the Fermi paradox too, is like when a society gets to a certain level of advancement, it is like preordained that it will then destroy itself, like, because to achieve that height is to basically sow your own doom, because like the technology it takes to like have iPhones necessitates the technology to have like atom bombs, and guess what, those things get used and then your society collapses. So like no society can ever escape its own gravity in that sense. Whoa. Which is another theory. Then there's another one that also like feels like it has echoes in our world, where it's like, oh, they realize that the physical world is too limiting, so they go into like virtual reality. They like upload their brains into digital spaces because it's more freeing and comfortable and easier, and that's why we don't ever see them. It's because they all realize, like, fuck physically traveling through space, let's upload our brains into a cloud and like live out our time that way, and which also feels like what we're doing.
Because people have theorized that is what we are doing, that and that it's like a game that every time you get towards the end of the game, that's the idea is that you go do that. So like we're in a reality that's in a reality that's in a reality that's in a reality kind of.
Whoa.
Which I don't love, but I guess
Don't
it's
love
fine. I like recently had some thoughts about death or whatever, and to be like, well, what if I did die? You know, just because there's been so much death around us. And I was like, I guess I believe that there's something else after this, but if there's not, I guess I won't be bummed.
I mean, I think it'll just be kind of like, boop.
Boop, there we go.
Like,
I mean,
oh.
You know, I don't.
Hopefully, we get to be ghosts and haunt each other. I'm gonna haunt the shit out of you guys.
God.
But
But yeah, these are all like, very.
It's intense to really kind of sit down and think about that shit. It's tough, man. It's scary.
Yeah, dude. I would rather
so
think about like an old raggedy ghost with like a pilgrim buckle like floating around an old house.
Any day. Oh God.
Yeah, that's the better alternative. I always say the best case scenario, it's a ghost, whether it's your future or in your house or
Yeah.
hope for a ghost.
Hope for a ghost.
Now, Betsy, you know where we're going with this. I don't know where Joel
Right.
is, so you tell.
So
you
Joel
lead.
introduced me to Guiding Circle, which I've talked about. The woman who like gives you a past lives readings, and and Joel told us about it, and I immediately was like, I gotta make an appointment. This sounds so cool. And I think when you told us about her, you had gone 2 times.
Yeah.
I think.
At this point, I've gone 3 times.
Yes.
But I think when I told you about it, that was after my second one.
Right. And so I was just like, oh, this will be perfect to talk about because it's fascinating and fun and just like your stories are so incredible.
Yeah, it's like, so the basic idea is you consult this woman and she like kind of goes into a trance and like taps into this like, I don't know, celestial plane or whatever, where it connects with all the past lives that you've lived. So the big buy-in here is like the idea that your soul has lived many lives, and over the course of those lives has like connected with soulmates who are maybe not living now, like in the physical realm now, but nonetheless are like following your soul as you live this life and are like there to guide you and consult you and protect you and steer you towards good things. And like I don't know what their ultimate goal is other than for you to be like happy and more actualized, because they're these souls that you've connected with over time. And she basically like in the first session, you can like ask her like, I want to like know who these souls are. I want to know what my past lives were. And she like will go in there and just like throw you like little details about what some of these past lives were and who these souls that then like you're connected to are, and like and how you know each other and what they want and like what they want to communicate to you. And it's all like very like metaphorical and cool and honestly very strange, and like the specifics are like crazy.
So strange.
Yeah, and so I'm like obsessed with it. I have tattoos from sessions of like my soulmates.
Yes.
Because they like really resonated with me. And at the time, like when I went and did my first couple, it was like a really dark time for me. I was having a really hard time. And I was like really in bouts of like self-loathing, and I was upset with myself and feeling like alienated. And they gave me even just like one small thing to hang on to like be helpful and to focus on, and to like and to feel like connected to. And so so they're like really impactful to me. And we can like talk about them, but I'm also curious, Betsy, like what your feeling on it all is.
It was I had, first of all, just so much fun. And the things that really blew my mind were these little moments that really, really was like, I haven't told anybody this stuff. That like would really hit home, literally, kind of, where it was like some stuff about family issues and stuff where it's like, there's no way she would know this stuff. And that didn't have anything to do with the past lives or anything, but it was just like, it really blew my mind. And then the past lives are just so fun.
Yeah.
And kind of makes sense. We're like, oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I am a soul of a knight in the, like, kind of Knights of the Round Table-ish feeling. Yeah, man. Like, it's really cool. It blew my mind. I want to do it again.
Now, I want to do it. Is the woman, is it Carolyn Swift Jones? Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I want to make sure I'm looking up the right person.
She's so sweet and lovely. You have to like book it out like 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
She's like booked up. But it'd be cool. Like I would really love to see, Betsy, if you do a second one, to hear what that experience was. Cause my second one was also like very different, where instead of talking about my past lives and like my soulmates or whatever, she like laid out like a lot of predictions, and it was like a lot of stuff that looking back now, I'm like, oh shit. Where at the time I was like, I don't know what any of this means. And like,
right.
And it was really funny. My second one, I had it the day before all of the fucking COVID shutdowns. It was on March 10th. And then the next day, like the NBA shut down and all that shit happened.
Holy shit.
And what's really interesting is like looking back on it now, like a lot of the like imagery that she was getting were like about time and countdowns and clocks and things coming to an end. And it's like, at the time I was like, I don't know why are we talking about time so much? And now I'm looking back and it was like, time was like really pressing on the energy like of that moment, because it was like the closing hours of fucking life.
Right.
Especially
so it's cool
because we're in the same community. Like our life will never go back to what we knew, because we'll never have like weekend shows or whatever, which is, well,
we might.
I mean, not at the same places though. Like those like Sunset is closed, it's sold, that part I think it's gone. And I think that, when it's not just like it ended and then a few months later we're getting back to it. It's like years will have passed before I think the community will be able to come back together fully like that. And then a lot of us may be in different stages in life where it doesn't make sense the same way. So it is, for so many of us, I think, a weird kind of like ending. For me, at least, it feels like, oh, what a weird way for that to be over. For a lot of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Just a weird, for a lot of things to just kind of be like, oh.
Even like with Brooklyn Nine-Nine ending, I was like, this is just a weird way for us to part. Like, it's very strange.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, this is neither here nor there, but like, I had this feeling the past couple weeks of just like, man, so many things, partially because quarantine has gone on for so long that a lot of life has happened. But because of the nature of it, like we haven't been able to like properly send off anything or wind down anything. It feels kind of like you went to sleep and the world was one way and people were living in the same city even. And then you woke up and then they're gone. And there was no like gradual transitions happening. It's just so stark and which sucks.
Yeah, it sucks so bad.
Well, it's hard to process it. It's really hard to, I don't know, like have the, like nothing feels final, but yet it's also over too. It's like there was no party at the end or whatever. And I feel that a lot, especially with things in the past year for me. I'm like, God, there was no satisfactory ending to anything.
Right.
Yeah,
and still 100%. Even with this, like there's still no satisfaction, like where it's like the vaccine's here, there's like a lot of people don't want to get it. Oh, okay. Oh, now there's a new thing floating around. Oh, okay.
Or even like people who've had babies in the pandemic, like our friends Trish and Eugene have she's over 1 year old now, she's like 15 months old. and most of the people in their lives haven't met the child. And you're like, that's so weird that like we aren't in the, I don't know. And it also could be because of just the way that we are the people I know in my life are here. I think back home where I'm from, everyone's doing whatever they want. So, I don't think it's applicable to every single person because some people never stopped. Some people were still going to Vegas, like they were still doing bachelor parties and like whatever. So, so different strokes.
So, Joel, how did you find out about Guiding Circle?
So I found out about Guiding Circle from my ex-girlfriend who referred me to her, just as like she had done it and found it very powerful. And then I went and did it. And then, it's really interesting. I don't want to give like too many details about her experience with it. But like, one of the things that's really interesting is she got, and this what we can like start to like dig into a little bit more specifics on some of this stuff too. It's like when she went, one of her past lives, she was like she was like a caveman, or cave woman or whatever, living at the end of whatever era it was where like woolly mammoths were a thing. And she like had this connection with woolly mammoths and, like in that sense. And then, but they were like on the verge of extinction. And then when I went and like, she had not told me about that. And then when I went, one of the first images that she had with me was of elephants and like, and then we like plugged into that and like in one of my past lives, and I have this elephant tattooed here.
I love it.
Me getting this tattoo is very silly, but like, I was a circus strongman, like an old timey circus strongman, who like I like did like handlebar mustache, like unitard type,
lifting
just lifting
big
a
weight,
triangle,
like big orb weights, and one of my other cats just said hi. But so like I was like this strongman at the circus, and my whole thing was like lifting weights and being like intimidating and scary, and I had no friends because everybody was scared of me and nobody understood that I was like this nice guy. And then I became best friends with an elephant who was in the circus, and the elephant's name was Nick, and everybody was scared of Nick because he was a big elephant. And we understood each other and we saw each other for who we were. And Nick understood that I was like a gentle soul, and I understood that Nick was a gentle soul, and we were best friends.
Oh my God.
And yeah, it's like so lovely. And so Nick, his soul like has stayed with mine even still. And so he's in my circle. And I like, among many things, on the front end of it, it's very crazy to be like, my symbol was an elephant, which is like what came out of the ashes of woolly mammoths, which was my ex-girlfriend's animal, which is just like, and I talked about it with Carolyn, and it was just like, we were just different animals. We're just like different from each other, similar but different. And and that like brought me a lot of peace. And I remember that was very helpful for me. But also I remember talking with her about it, and it was like, I think it resonated in a different way for her, that we were like not oppositional in that way, but just different. And then on the other side of it, much more importantly to me, was just like, I always, and this was a bad time for me, and I felt like not a good person. And it was so important to me to be able to think about, like, no matter what happens, I just have to think that Nick knows who I am. Nick knows my deal, and Nick sees me for who I am. And so if I can think about how Nick sees me, then I can see myself better. And I was in this place, and I like I took this trip to Europe, and I was in Barcelona, which has like tons of really cool tattoo shops. And I was like in this, again, weird place. And I was like, I'm getting a fucking Nick tattoo because I need to like be able to look at Nick like with my own eyes. And so I went to this tattoo parlor and I got him to give me an elephant tattoo, and all like, here it is. Yeah. But what's really funny about it is this little baby is the way that I see Nick, where he's just like a little sweet elephant, not a big scary guy. So and like looking back on it, it's like a tattoo of like desperation and like this like very acute pain that I was and like confusion and fear that I was feeling. And so it's a funny tattoo because it's like whimsical and sweet, but to me it like it also like harkens back to this time. And I would never get a cute elephant tattoo as I stand now, but I'm like so glad that I have it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I still think about Nick all the time, and it's like gotten me through a lot of stuff.
Now, did she explain if these souls are with you now, where do they exist? Like, are some reincarnated and people in your life, or are some just watching over you?
I don't really know. I think my guess is that they're not reincarnated right now, that they're all just like in the soul plane or whatever. And I mean the movie starring Method Man. But that's the sense I get. I don't know if you have thoughts on that, Betsy.
She told me with one specific where I was a weaver, a roof weaver, and I also did Shakespeare plays. And she was like, you were always so funny and like the funniest. And everybody's like, you should act for a living. Like, you should do this always. But I was like, no. I like weaving. That's my jam. I love making people laugh, but weaving is where I'm at. But she said specifically to me, and only in that part, that like souls from the other like players have moved along with me in my life.
Oh, that's cool.
So you guys could be also Shakespeare people playing. But then other stuff, not at all. Like, other stuff kind of just like, oh yeah, Abraham Lincoln, he's with you always. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, I got like Mozart is one of mine.
Right.
I'm like pulling up my notes.
I have my notes too.
Like those like high level, because there's like high level ones.
Yeah.
They're like in the like hierarchy of souls or whatever, there's like when you hit the big leagues, you're like a Mozart or an Abraham Lincoln, you get to like be sort of involved in a lot of people's souls. You like have a outer ring that's like very big that you can cast a little bit of influence on.
It's an MLM.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. They're trying to just collect you.
I got Confucius.
Wow.
Somebody named Trigestes, who I don't know who that is, and Mozart. Those are like my big ones, and they all like have messages for you that, at least for me, that they were like synced up with some of the other messages I was getting.
Whoa, yeah.
Because like my other like main one, and I have this on my Twitter handle, is like my name and then an elephant and then a little fencer, because my other guy, who's like my big two are Nick, and then this other guy who was a like 18th century Russian fencer named Constantine.
Yes.
And I was like a really good fencer back in the like Russian fencer in a life, and Constantine was my like mentor and guide, and he would like his message to me. So Nick's was like, I see you, you're good. And Constantine's message, and I always imagine them like hanging out with each other. It was like, stay light on your feet. Like, remember what I taught you. Always stay light on your feet and work with the tip of your sword only. And just like keep it easy, keep it simple, and keep it elegant, and like just keep moving. And oh, Jesus, cat. And like that was one of Mozart's messages to me too. Is just like stay light and like So they like kind of all start to fit together in some way. It felt like.
Whoa, that's so wild.
Yeah.
Now, when you have the session, is she doing it like it's a reading and she's just explaining things to you? Or is it like she guides you through it and you're actually visualizing it?
She like, it's fun. The way she does it is so like you like hop on and do it over Skype, unless you can do it in person with her, or at least pre-COVID you could, but she lives in like Massachusetts or something. But she like get on Skype and then she like for the first like 10 or 15 minutes, she's like, now just like, I'm going to go into like my trance state. I'm going to be talking. I'm going to say, mother, get my ego out of the way or whatever.
Right.
Like that's like a chant almost that she does.
Yeah.
Or like a mantra to like, just to prevent her own mind from like getting in the way. And then she sort of sits there with her eyes closed and just sort of like kind of talks like words, phrases, images, and you sit and like write it down.
Write them down because she's like, take notes because then when I come out of the trance, and she's very much like, okay, Betsy, I am now out of the trance. What would you like to ask me about? And you just kind of go through them and you're like, so what was the deal with, she said elephants in mine too, which blew my mind. Because elephants are my favorite animal. And my thing, it was like, she's like, you have a memory like an elephant. So a very good one, and you always will, and stuff. And I was like, sweet, man, that's good to know. Yeah, and then you go through and she like gets more specific about it. Like she taps back in with every specific thing, and she's like, let me see, okay. And she'll just be like, oh, yep, thank you so much. Okay, great. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's great.
I want to do it. I got to make an appointment to do it.
You gotta do it. Had you done anything like that before, Joel? Like any tarot or psychic?
The closest I got was I did, what's her name? I forget her name, but she's like an astrologist, and she's friends with
local.
Yes,
Heidi Rose Robbins.
Yes, exactly. So
she's like the one that everyone around here goes to. Yeah,
she was awesome, and I did that. And that I did that. This was a long time ago, many years ago, but that got me to go to therapy for the first time because. And this, I think, is like, even if you don't buy into the reincarnated lives and souls and whatever, these things I think are really valuable from a therapeutic sense because they just give you a lens to like examine things from. And like, I needed to have the image of Nick the elephant to get me through some shit, whether or not I believe he was real. But I did that reading with Heidi, and yeah, it was the same thing. It was like, it gave me prompts to start thinking about things in my life and how I feel about stuff. And I was like, oh, holy shit, this was incredible. I need to start going to therapy and take the astrology out of it, but keep the self-analysis and opening doors and things.
Yes.
And that has made me, that reading also has made me open to anything, like tarot, fortune telling, anything. Like, just because you can use it as a tool, it's like it's as useful as you make it.
Right. No
matter how skeptical you are of magical thinking or whatever, it like changed a lot for me.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It is so cool because with Guiding Circle and like the handful of tarot readings I've done, it does force you to very therapeutically be like, so what is this like? You're feeling a lot of like anxiety towards work or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I am. Okay, yeah, like great, like okay, what is that? What are you waiting to hear something about and it really makes you once again stop and kind of think about why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And in a fun way too. Like, oh, you just okay. I think looking at cards,
especially with tarot, because unless your reader's like so like very detailed in their interpretation. Sometimes they're just like, here's what the meaning of this is, and then you have to decide what part of your life it's about. And if something in your life, if you're thinking of it in these terms, then maybe that's something you need to, address or think more about. Instead of someone being like, someone's trying to kill you, your next door neighbor, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, wait, what?
But for real, really? For real?
That's what the card says.
That's really, I'm like jealous now. I want to do it because I've only done one guided meditation past life regression, and it was scary.
Oh, really?
It was really scary. It was like really weird how like it conjured up images that are not like when I think about the type of images I think about, like where I tend to go with my imagination, right. It's a certain place, right? But this was like such a dark, and I was like, God, this sucks. This was bad, and it was sad.
Oh, bummer.
It was just, and I went with some friends. It was like, like a meditation, like I said, but I don't think any of us had like the happiest, but I was like, why was this so bummery? I don't understand what the mood was in the room or something.
I was at a couple of weeks ago, a bachelorette party. We just rented a place in Palm Springs, and a tarot card reader came and just kind of just gave the bride a really harsh reading. And for way longer than all, which we were fine. We're like, yeah, give her a nice long, like, have fun, whatever. And then everybody else was just kind of like, oh, she said this and this, whatever. And like, the bride to me was just like, mine really sucked. It was really upsetting.
Come on, man.
Like, oh no.
Come on, man.
Oh shoot, man.
Gosh. Was it like, don't marry this person?
Yeah. Don't do this.
Oh boy.
I love that idea of going at different, when you're feeling different ways in your life too.
Yeah. Because I went back again, and this is all interesting too, because like I went back in when I was like in a better place, but also like in a very transitional place in my life, because I was like just beginning the process of maybe selling the company that I started. Yeah. And she, like, what's been very interesting, like looking back at my notes, is just like she like basically predicted the timeline of almost everything that's happened, from like when it would happen to what the number was going to be to how long I would last, which I have to like choose my words carefully because it's like real business stuff. But like she called like to the month how long it would work and like when it would be time for me to make changes, which I had forgotten until I look back now. And I was like, that's when I made changes in my arrangements with this place. And like, and so even like seeing it in the timeline sense, which is like far different from the like emotional part of past life stuff, but also like very validating, where I was like, yeah, I am at this point. And for her to be like, that's going to happen for this amount of time. And then you're going to step into this new phase. It's like, it's going to like hit you like, wow. And you're going to see it. And you're going to you're going to go from like, she was like, you're going to live in like a tent, like this temporary home for X amount of months. And then you're going to step out of that tent into a much bigger, different space. And you're going to be like removing, she was like, you're going to shed Joel Jr. and you're going to put on your big boy pants and you're going to like move into like being a grown up at this time. And that's like exactly where I'm at now. And I am like making big changes, and I have done things that little Joel Jr. would have never been able to like muster the strength to do. And like a lot of that is because I've been like working through it in therapy and like working through my like trying to like honor what I want out of life more.
Yes.
But it's so crazy to look back on these timelines and be like, and like, I was like, looking at my notes from that conversation, going through my emails from like 2 years ago to be like, and when did this email come in? And like, when did that happen? And like looking back like a couple months ago, also been like, when did I send that email? And like, and it all like syncs up. And it's so cool now. And it's weird. I've like hopping onto this call. I was like still kind of buzzing because I'm like in this big moment that she foresaw, and it makes me really excited and like optimistic. It's nice.
That's so rad. Oh, it's so cool. I'm going to sign up for another one today.
You should do another
No,
one.
I'm going to do it before Betsy.
No, I'm doing it. I'm done.
I got to get in line.
I'm calling her right after this.
What's really cool is like, so I did my second one on March 10th, 2020.
Yes.
The world shut down on March 11th, 2020. And then, but like in that March 10th one, she was like, I feel like big things are coming. So usually she doesn't want people to come more than once per year.
Okay.
But she was like, I want you to schedule another appointment in 6 months, which was August. And whether it's because like, you know, she foresaw something with COVID but that also like syncs up to some like big, like selling my company and things like that, like right in that pocket of time, like when that started happening again. And like, and so then we did that one and I was like, yeah, shit's changing in my life, obviously. And then she like was like showing me what was looking ahead. And the other thing she said in that last one was like, I think that you have like a psychic energy. And she was like, I have an exercise that I want you to do to try to like open that up more. And so I was trying to do that before we got on this call too, where she was like, and I don't remember enough of the context, but she was like, I want you to listen to Mozart, but listen to the bass behind your ear. Like not literally, but like they're like, listen for a sound that comes from here while you're listening to the bass of Mozart music.
What?
And I was like doing that. And I don't know. I feel like, however self-fulfilling that prophecy is, I was like trying to find something there. And it felt like something was like kind of squirrely back there. And then my cat started like meowing her face off out of nowhere. And I was like, what's going on here? And I'm wondering it was because like my circle was like, what's up?
Yeah.
And like we're more present there.
It was a little elephant, not a nostril, a trunk, a long elephant nostril tickling you.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Really cool, yeah. So, yeah, dude, you should do another one. Marcy, you got to sign up.
You have to, Marcy.
Because I would love to. Because like my girlfriend Emily did it, and like one of her past lives, or one of her souls is like a puppet. Because in her past life, she was like a puppeteer who like did shows for people, and then like ran away and joined the French Resistance in World War II or some shit. And so like this puppet fucking follows her soul around.
Well, that's scary. That's terrifying.
The specifics are so good.
They're so incredible.
I love that. It sounds like kind of out of the box too, of not just like, well, your mother was your girlfriend in your past life kind of stuff. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's cool, man.
So
it's so fun.
Have you noticed any psychic abilities coming out of this other than, so you had a fella hanging out behind you?
No, well, other than the fella and my cat like getting weird, I haven't felt anything else. But I'm gonna probably keep trying it, because now that I'm thinking about it again, it's also like fun to sit and listen to Mozart and like try to focus on certain parts of it.
Right.
But if there's this idea that it might like loosen up something that can hear other things, that's also really cool. Just even consider.
Yeah.
Whoa, dude. What if you start to like see everything, like the future and stuff, and you can like move stuff telekinetically? Like that would be so wild.
Yeah, I mean, it would rule. I would probably start robbing banks. I think if I could do telekinesis, I would rob banks.
Smart.
Might as well.
Smart.
I would counsel my friends and rob banks. And that's mostly what I would do.
That's good.
I love it. Robin Hood.
Wow.
Do you have any other stories that you wanted to share with us today?
Not really. I mean, there's one time I think I've seen 2 UFOs.
What?
And I think I've seen 2 ghosts.
Cool. Let us have them.
Get into it.
There's one time when I think I saw a UFO in college, but I was like walking back to my apartment. I looked up in the sky and I saw like a shiny metal object, and I like my eyes flicked up and I went down and I like did a double take. And when I looked back up, it was gone, but there was a puff of smoke, and I was like, dude, that was fucking something.
Yes.
And then there's 2 times I thought I saw ghosts. One was when I was a kid. I was like elementary school, and I was at home by myself, and I was like, I like caught something moving out of the corner of my eye, and I looked, and it looked like there were little black cats without feet flying around the dinner table or at my house.
What the hell?
And I like saw enough of it that like it wasn't like a little optical illusion, and I like freaked out and left the room. And then another time, and I never figured out what that could have been, and I never like talked about it with my parents or anything. And then another time when I was in high school, this one was weird because I was with 2 other people and we all saw it. We were in our the parking lot of our high school after marching band practice, and it was like night or like twilight, and so like the lamps were on like street lights and stuff, and we all saw this like little orb like flying around like really erratically, and like and like it would like go towards the light and then it would move away from it and like move in these ways, like bigger than a bug. It didn't move like a bug, and it was like this like orb thing. It was probably like this big, and we all
like
saw
the size
it.
of a basketball.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And we all saw it, and we all were like watching it together and like, what the fuck is that? And none of us could figure it out. And then it like rocketed away.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, I got chills. Also that like going towards the light where it's like, oh, is it somebody trying to like, I don't know, pass on, but they're like, that's not the right light, dude. That's not the right light.
God damn it.
This is so hard. There's so many lights in the stadium, man.
It's a really bright world.
Whoa, that's so nice that 2 other people saw it with you.
Yeah,
like,
Absolutely.
Hey, okay.
It was really strange. Like we talked about it the next day at school and stuff.
Yeah.
No explanation for it.
Whoa. And
I think it was a ghost.
Nowadays, I think it was for sure.
Or some version of a ghost, some ghostly thing.
Right.
Because
If
some
it had
ghosts
been
are like
nowadays,
people.
you could have filmed it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It was like when you could, it was like flip phone days when you could like take one grainy photo.
Well, that's the only
videos.
proof anyone ever takes. There's never anything better than that, no matter what.
I went to ACDC when I had like just a flip phone, you know, and I was so excited. They were like at the time my favorite band, and I was just like, I never thought I'd get to see them live. And I took so many photos on my flip phone, and they fucking sucked. Like it was just like, no, I'm pretty sure that's Angus Young. I don't know. I don't know who that is.
I mean, occasionally I do take pictures, but I started when I was, gosh, I remember going to like the Global Wildlife Center in junior high, which is like a place where you get to see like animals kind of like walking free, like weird to have just like locally. But I came up, like I decided on a life, I don't know, of theory or whatever, like a rule of life, which is don't take pictures of things. Don't take pictures of things. Remember the people and just experience the experience. Don't take pictures while you're doing the thing.
Right.
I like that rule.
Well, I don't remember a lot. I have bad memory, so
It didn't matter.
it's all lost now. So
I do love the rule of like live in the now, man, but it is fun to be like, oh, it's fun to look back.
yes.
It's a tough line to walk. Yeah, balance.
When I was moving away from New York, I was staying with my friend Chelsea, and I remember getting so mad at her because she would not stop taking pictures of me. And there's like a picture of me at the airport, and I'm turning around being like, stop. And like, but now it is like a memory. And she was like, I knew you were going to like these eventually, but it always makes me mad in the moment to be like, stop taking pictures, just be here. But you know what? I like them. I like them now. You like to look at pictures of yourself when you're younger. You're like, wow, look how good I looked. I look great. Well, Joel, do you have time to listen to a listener story with us?
100% I would love to.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Marcy and Betsy. I have sent in a couple of stories and about my very old house that I live in with my husband and our 2 kids that we are renovating, that we started a couple of years ago. And the paranormal activity around here has kicked up a notch again. And I wanted to tell you guys the most recent thing that happened. We, have basically woods behind our house. There's nothing back there. It's not a park. It's not accessible. There's not a road, not even a dirt road. There's no reason anyone would be back there. But several times a week we see these blue lights darting around out there. And we don't know what they are. My husband thinks it's something called ball lightning, but when I look that up, it doesn't seem like that could be it. And it also doesn't seem like if it was ball lightning that it would happen so consistently. And every time we see them, we like go to get our phones to get a video or something. Oh, that's my baby. We go to our phones to get a video or something. And don't worry, he's just a regular nasty baby, not a ghost baby. Every time we go get our phones to get a video, they're gone. And they dart off in different directions. And they kind of look like will-o'-the-wisp from the movie Brave. Cool. But we don't know what they are. They're little and spherical, and sometimes they multiply and change colors. But last night I saw them, and I happened to be pumping breast milk in the bathroom, so I couldn't get a great video, but I did get a video of the light. You can't tell in the video how blue it is, but I'm telling you, in real life, it is bright, like fluorescent neon blue. And while I was watching the lights, there were in the video you can only see one, but there were at one point 3, and then they kind of come back together to the one. So there was a blue one, and then I saw like an orange one kind of come out from the blue one, and another orange one, and then they kind of like run and dance around each other, and then they all come back to the blue one, and they don't like hover, they dart and they zigzag. It's the weirdest thing, but they're not high up in the sky like a UFO would be. They're like second level. They're like level with the second story of our house, which is where I was when I saw them last night. So I will link that video. Take a look. Let me know how spooky you think it is. But maybe don't post a video because I'm totally pumping breast milk in it. Okay, thanks.
Okay, so the video will just be for us.
Whoa, okay.
I'm sure she's very cool with Joel listening to her pumping noises. So.
The old pumping noises.
Okay, let's see. Let's see how I pull these things up, guys.
Wow.
It sounded like I in my mind was like, oh, it's the fairy godmothers from Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, getting in a fight, trying to change your dress color.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
It sounds a lot like the thing that I saw in my high school parking lot. Like
Right?
orbs of light zagging around.
That's so strange.
Okay, can you see this video, guys?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna make it big for me. So, sorry for our listeners. It's not long, so we'll tell you what happened after we watch it. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Whoa. One little light.
I'm like, it's blue as shit. What? Weird.
Yeah. Okay, so it was, very small in the video because she's like filming from an upstairs, but it was like a little blue light that kind of pulsated a bit and went like from blue to greenish, right? Right.
What the fuck was that? It does look like those little fairies in Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, it's really strange because I was looking at ball lightning to see what it looks like. And I just don't understand why you would see ball lightning over and over and over again unless there were like some electrical things back there. Like if it were like, I don't know, like like a transformer or something back there that is generating electricity too.
Right.
What do you think, Joel? What do you think about those little orbs?
I mean, it's hard to me. It's like if it's consistent and it's like at second story level.
Yeah.
Because then I don't know what to make of it. And it was moving like, it probably depends on how far out into the woods it was, originating from. Because it was moving like pretty quickly, like horizontally.
Yeah.
In a way that was like, if it was at tree level, it couldn't have come from like a person or like it couldn't have been like a thing that was being held and like moved through the trees. It was definitely like moving in the air in some way.
Right. Ball lightning. I don't. Yeah, that seemed too like it was moving so. It didn't feel very like naturey. You know? It was. That's so weird.
Does she have fairies in her woods?
Maybe fairies, dude.
See, that's a whole other level of supernatural stuff. Is like we're going into fairyland here with this, like, because I like what's so interesting about that is like what we talk about is like sometimes ghosts are people shaped, sometimes ghosts are like little hovering orbs of light, sometimes ghosts are a feeling, and like I wonder what makes one versus another happen. And I wonder what, like, so if we're talking like ghosts or orbs of light, I wonder what that is. What are we seeing? And what it like iceberg style? Like we're seeing like the top of that iceberg. What's underneath it that's like leading to that? I don't know.
Especially because it's multiple, so it's not just one. And it's rare that you hear stories of like, oh, there was a few ghosts hanging out. Like you don't hear occasionally you will hear something about like, oh, I saw like when people see like or like a Civil War thing where they're like, oh, all of a sudden we saw like men walking over a hill. You hear stories like that, but I don't know, these three little dancing, I think those are a bunch of fucking fairies. That's my vote. I vote for fairies. That's just me though.
I wonder too, like if she's or her husband have like walked into the woods where they think those lights are happening, just to see like maybe there is a physical explanation for it, or maybe they find some other like fairy gate, or something like that like is connected to that place. And I wonder, is it always the same basic area that they're hovering around in, or like is it like sometimes it's the woods over here, sometimes it's over here? I would also, I I don't know. I don't know what that would tell us, but yeah,
send the baby into the woods.
Yeah, let that nasty little baby go crawl off into fill that baby
that nasty
up.
real life baby go into the woods and figure this shit out.
Not to freak anybody out, but I wonder if those lights start when the baby was born?
Dude.
Okay. We have questions. We got questions.
Dude.
Because fairies take babies.
Hello. Changeling style.
Yeah.
Changeling,
into
right?
the woods, dude.
They will take your baby and they will give you a fairy baby in return, right? And then they'll just have
or
your
like a
human
weird
baby.
rock baby or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to watch out. Hold that baby tight.
Hold that baby
Hold that baby
tight.
tight.
Or send them into the woods and end this all. It's fine.
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want. I don't know.
Yeah, that's very. It's a lot of things to really ponder what could be in this conversation today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's blowing my mind. Like, it really is just like, oh yeah, I never really thought of it like that. Oh God.
Yeah. This has been really great, Joel. Thank you so much for
thank
coming
you
on and
so
sharing with us.
much.
Thank you for having me. I love you both so much. I think you both are so cool and fun
Oh my
and
God.
funny. I'm
You're
so
the
happy to have
best.
been
So
able to join.
much.
We love it. Thank you, Joel.
Thank
Thank you.
you, Joel. Oh my God. That was so great.
Betsy, that was so fun to talk to Joel.
So fun and such a different outlook. Like, I've never thought it. He's so smart. He's
so
always
smart.
been just so smart.
Very
And it's like,
thoughtful,
whoa,
yeah.
I'm always blown away when people like really remember stuff they read.
I
You
know.
I'm like, wait, how did you remember and I can't even remember it now. The like, what was the one where they're like, what are the theories for where the aliens are?
Yes.
What's that called? The Fermi
theories.
effect?
Fermi effect,
Fermi
yes.
effect, something like that.
You know,
I did remember.
As
But
anyone who listens to this podcast knows, they know that I almost remember things.
almost. Yeah.
Almost remember things, and I will get all the facts incorrect.
Yes. Yeah. But I love Joel so much. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to go. I'm definitely going to make an appointment.
You got to. It's really cool.
I wanna.
Really cool.
But should we just close it up by reading some listener stories?
Yes, we should. I have one. Hold
Okay.
up.
You think I don't?
And it's. I know you don't. No, I don't see it. I don't see your stack of letters, Marcy. But this one is very apropos.
Apropos.
Is that the word? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's entitled "A Floating Orb in Prague." And
Ooh.
we've had a couple of orbs happening.
Yes. Let's see. Floating orb in Prague.
Coinky dink, man.
Coinkydink.
Dink, or the universe, man.
Yes.
Or all of it. So, a floating orb in Prague. That's nice. Okay. Hi, Marcy and Betsy. My name is Steph, and I am from Melbourne, Australia. And I absolutely love your podcast as well as the two of you.
Oh my God. Thank you.
So much. I've spent most of my life thinking the same as Betsy, being obsessed with the paranormal and horror movies, but always too afraid to actually see anything until last year when I visited Prague with my partner and two friends. Uh-oh.
It's going to happen to Betsy. It's going to happen to Betsy.
Oh, no. I'll go to Prague. Hey, if I gotta go to if the deal is go to Prague, if you go to Prague, you see a ghost, I'll do it.
Or
I want to go to Prague so bad.
You get to go to Prague, but you have to see a ghost.
Fine, fair enough. Because here we go. If you haven't been, Prague is a very beautiful and old city, rife with a lot of history and a lot of killings.
Oh.
Much of their tourism revolves around ghost tours, so naturally we had to partake. We gotta go to Prague.
Absolutely, we're going
I
to
wanna
Prague.
Go to Prague so bad.
I've always heard it's like one of the most beautiful cities in Europe.
Same. It just seems so cool. This particular tour we went on took us down to the dungeons under the old town square. We were all given torches as there was no electricity or lighting down there, and the tour guide handed out a few radar detecting objects that I guess were meant to flash red if some type of energy was sensed.
Just want to say pause for a moment. And that torch means something different in other English-speaking countries sometimes.
Oh, right. Sometimes they're flashlights.
Yeah, torches
I thought it was like, here's a flame on a stick.
I mean, that could be what happened. Seems like a liability, but maybe things are different over there. I don't know. But so imagine it either as someone with a big stick on fire, like
I hope it's a big stick on fire.
Like they're gonna go kill the beast, or a flashlight.
Kill the beast, man, but then get destroyed by a bunch of furniture. Towards the end of the tour, we were all standing cramped in a long walkway which divided the kitchen area and another room, and the guide was showing us what they called a well, in which people were thrown off the walkway, either dead or alive, but dead eventually.
Oh my God.
Essentially,
Make
it was
a
where,
wish.
Make a wish. Essentially, it was where bodies would lie to decompose at the very bottom of the well.
That had to smell so bad.
And the guide liked pointing out markings on the wall, which he claimed to be blood and guts and the like.
Cool, fun.
Suddenly, a woman who was standing with her back towards the kitchen area jumped and said she felt like something touched the back of her neck. My skeptic boyfriend said it was probably just her hair brushing her neck, but she had a very short bowl cut, so that would be impossible. We all pointed our torches. Okay, so flashlights.
No, not necessarily.
We all pointed our torches in the direction of the kitchen, and those who had the detectors pointed them in the same direction, and they started to flash red. And I suddenly noticed an orb the size of a golf ball and the color of a light bulb, but translucent, just serenely floating in the kitchen archway. I watched it float for probably only a couple of seconds, but it felt much longer at the time, and I remember feeling very calm and certain about what I was seeing, and told myself, yep, that's an orb, as it slowly disappeared into the archway. Another girl on the tour who I hadn't spoken to at all was standing next to me, and she asked, did anyone else just see that? To which I replied, the floating orb, and she said, yes. And we both nodded to each other in agreement that we had just seen the same floating orb. Yet the other 15 or so people cramped there with us apparently hadn't. Whoa.
That's weird.
That's strange. Listening to this podcast has helped me feel a lot more assured about what I saw, and it has opened up my mind. It has opened my mind up to even more possibilities in a world where we still don't have the answers to everything. Thank you both for making me laugh and satiating my creepy needs. Stay sassy and don't shit your pants. Love always, Steph.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So many,
Steph, it happened.
So many orbs. Also, you know, I think when not everyone sees it, it truly is just like a matter of like, well, they aren't as open to it possibly, maybe.
Right.
Or they don't have the gift.
Right. And maybe just their eyes aren't
suck.
as good or
I
something.
suck.
Your eyes suck. Maybe that's it. Their eyes suck.
Well, and also think about it like this. Your eyeballs don't actually do anything besides project the image from the outside world into your brain, and then your brain, the rods and cones,
shoots it out.
Decipher what it is. But, you know, you don't really see things like see them. Your brain figures out what it's looking at.
Okay.
So in that way, your brain could be deciphering something that other people cannot.
Right.
I mean, same thing. Eyes are not, but, you know, it's all the same.
Right.
Their brains ain't big enough for it. I love when we go on ghost tours and they'll be like, here's a flashlight and you get a beepy thing. And if it may not beep, but if it does beep, it's really...
it beeps.
And then you're like, because you want to have something in your hand. You don't have a flashlight, so you got a beepy thing.
Right.
I will never get over the Jerome ghost tour where they had that radio tuning thing that like talked about people in the group. It was weird.
Dude, that's so freaky.
Shall I read one now?
Marcy, read one to me.
This one is entitled, Is This Spooky Enough for Ya?
We'll see. Okay.
Spook off. All right. I'm a huge fan of you both. Y'all have me laughing in public regularly. I've had my fair share of paranormal experiences and have always wanted to write to you guys and finally worked up the courage to share a few of my experiences.
Ooh, yeah.
I have more, but I don't want to take up too much time. I figured these could be like 4 little filler stories if you ever need to fill the time. LOL. Well, that's all we're doing here is filling time.
Yeah, our time.
Our time, your time, all the time.
All the time. We're filling all the time.
It's our time to fill down here. I couldn't tell you why. I almost feel as though I attract the supernatural. Ooh. My grandma once said that when you've been close to death, you're close to death. The veil becomes thinner, and when I was 3, I almost died of meningitis and went into a coma for 2 weeks with no certainty that I'd come out of it. Damn.
Oh my God. Dude, meningitis is so fucking weird and scary and sad.
Thank God we have a vaccine for it now.
Man.
That you probably got before you went to live in a dorm at college. Isn't that one that's required, I think?
Probably.
I feel like
did it. I'm like, shove everything into me.
Right now I'm like, is there a meningitis vaccine? I think that there is. Okay. I was nervous that I was just making. I think there's 2 types though, but whatever. There is a. You gave me
I got sick one time and they thought it might have been meningitis, and it was kind of too messed up to realize. But afterwards, I was like, oh,
yeah, that's really scary for a baby though, because
so scary.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not sure if this played any part in my awakening, but I feel that there might be some truth to what my grandma said. I feel like I have a disconnected, like I can tap into or tune into energies, but I can't do it on my own. I can't call out and ask if anyone is there and get a response back. Any supernatural event that has happened to me has occurred out of nowhere and for the most part been unprovoked. So I feel that these energies can sense that I'm sensitive, but they have to do more to get my attention, which is why I feel I get such intense experiences when I do have them. Again, I'm sorry if they're long or boring or rambling. Not for me. I'm not sorry. Okay, red eyes. Red eyes.
Ew.
I have always seen these red eyes lurking throughout my childhood.
What?
Well, then, what? No.
What?
It felt like it followed me everywhere, no matter where I slept. If I went to my mom's room to sleep because I was scared, they were there, staring at me from her closet. If I slept over at my friend's house, they were there. My grandparents' house, they were there. And I continued to see them everywhere. They followed me beyond my house, and it felt like it was attached or seeking me out. It was only ever eyes. I was never able to make out a face, but those eyes, they were wanting eyes. Ooh. What they want, I'm not sure, but they have been following me ever since. And I do say following me to this day. I see these eyes, although I haven't in a few years. Not since I moved in with my boyfriend, who has the
red eyes,
who has the evil eye pendant in every room facing the door to watch for evil.
There it is.
And I can't help but feel that might be a connection, or at the very least, it's a hell of a coincidence. As I got older, I found that I could make it go by demanding it leave, but only if you're not looking at it. It feels like it feeds off fear, using your eyes to access that fear. Making eye contact acknowledges it and feeds it.
Ew!
And when it's fed, things move. Drawers open, shadows take steps, knocking on walls, creepy shit.
Ew!
The scariest experience I have had was when I was 11 or 12, minding my own business, sleeping when I felt it. I opened my eyes and see it staring back at me from the closet. And at this point, I'm still very much incapable of demanding anything, let alone that it leave. But it sucked me in, paralyzed with fear. I couldn't break any eye contact. And then my bed began to shake violently. It felt like an earthquake. I jumped up in the bed as it shakes, and it abruptly stops. I took my opportunity to dart out the room and into my mom's room. She assured me everything was all right and that it was a bad dream. And that's when I started to ask myself if I was even awake in the first place when I, quote unquote, opened my eyes. Maybe it was a dream. I mean, I've seen red eyes since I was a very young child. It could stand to reason that I had a nightmare about something that scared the shit out of me, but it wasn't. At least I didn't feel like one. At least it didn't feel like one. And if it was in fact a dream, then whatever it was in the dream with me. Okay. Another angsty bathroom ghost.
Oh, no. Leave us alone.
Not here. This story has been one of my most memorable and defining ghost stories. When I was around 5 years old, we were visiting my grandparents. I had to use the bathroom number 1, of course, and I remember going for the door when I finished, and it's not opening, just struggling to turn the knob. My grandparents had a house built in the 40s and had one of them old doorknobs that would unlock when you twisted the knob, but it would turn fairly easily usually. And to make matters worse, the lights had begun flickering. At this point, I'm in an obvious state of little kid panic, and I look up to see a man in the mirror, and I freak the fuck out. He was trying to tell me something, and I kept getting these random flashes of the Virgin Mary in my head. Again, something I wasn't familiar with. It wasn't until later in life when I made the connection that image I saw was the Virgin Mary. But I could not be bothered, and honestly had no fucking clue what was happening or what was being said anyway. To which I'm not sure if I remember because I was scared or if I don't remember because at my age at the time. Needless to say, the doorknob eventually turned, unlocking and freeing me from whatever it was that was happening in there. Of course, I told my mom, and she, along with everyone else, understandably assumed I just locked myself in and dismissed the quote-unquote man in the mirror altogether. Well, as I've stated, a lot of things would come to me later, but this is something that I go over in my head a lot, and I'm always trying to make sense of it. But the man in the mirror was the spitting image of my uncle. He was younger as he would have appeared when he lived in their house. My uncle died in 1995 when I was 5. From a heart attack in the early morning before work. Now, I won't say for certain the actual day, meaning I'm not sure if it happened in the bathroom. It's just, my eyes are, I can't read small print. It's just small print, guys.
Blow it up, dude. Blow it up.
How do I ever? Where am I at? So, now, I can't say for certain the actual day, meaning I'm not sure if what happened in the bathroom happened the same day he died because, well, I was 5. However, talking to my mom, just passing in conversations over the years, she told me that after he had passed, he came to her in a dream, gave her a Virgin Mary statue, and told her to tell my grandma that he was all right and that he is with Shirley, my aunt who died of cancer, my aunt who died in a car accident at 26. All right, I should have given time to talk about these.
Whoa.
There's two more. There's two more, but it might be
Let's
too
talk
much.
about these and then.
Well, we might need to save the two other
Or
ones.
save it. We can save it.
Might
Let's
need
save
to save.
it.
Might need to save.
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay, the red eyes is really, really, really scary.
That's awful.
I just feel like there's no
Following.
need. There's no need. There's no need for something to appear as red eyeballs.
No.
I see.
Nobody's
No.
gonna be like, oh, I need to figure out. Like, nobody's gonna want to approach that and be like, let me check in with these red eyeballs.
Not at
No.
all. I don't want it. I don't
If
like
you're
it.
like looking for help or something, you gotta show up as a puppy or like a burrito or something.
Puppy or burrito.
Any of those options.
Or just like if you want to watch me, do it where I can't see you.
yeah, exactly.
If I can't control whether or not someone is peeking at me, I don't want to know about it.
I don't want to know exactly.
I mean, unless
exactly.
they're going to like attack or something, but you know, if they're going to
Of
attack, they
course.
probably don't want me to know. So it just
yes.
it solves all the problems.
Whoa.
And then this,
That's too wild that like the specifics are so like the uncle visit that's so, and then the mom to be like, I had a dream.
that is, yeah, because I mean, maybe because we know what the Virgin Mary image is, but I think that would be like, this is Bloody Mary happening. Like,
It's happening. Bloody Mary's gonna read the Bible to you. No, kill me.
It's gonna
Kill
be
me.
too long. It's a very big book. Oh man.
Whoa.
You know, if I had a kid say, "Oh, there was a man in the mirror and he,"
What do you do
as an adult,
if you like if your kid is saying this, like, because it is that thing where it's like I could see just be like, nah, like I don't want to fuel my child's fear, but then there's also a thing where it's like, well, I want them to trust me,
right?
and I want to believe them.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just depends on like your kid. Like, will validating it make your kid never be able to, you know, go to bed, and will it disrupt everything? Or
Right.
is there a way that you can validate and then make them feel safe and be like, okay, here's what we're going to do. Here's the plan of action of how we're going to make sure this doesn't happen again. But not
Right.
everyone has that knowledge or ability to do it.
Right.
Or maybe you
Right.
like have a kid, you're like, you are so annoying. I don't care. Go in your
Yeah.
haunted bathroom.
Which is also fair enough. Be like, I can't handle it, man. Get out of here.
Look, we can't act like every parent just loves their kid so much. Some of them don't, okay?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we see that often.
Some of the parents just want their kids to get fucking eaten up by a ghost in a toilet, and that's just the way it is.
And that's just how it goes sometimes.
Some things
okay?
will never change.
Take it from two people who are.
do-
Well, I'll say for sure one who will absolutely never be a parent. Marcy.
And one who would definitely be an abusive one, Betsy.
Oh my God.
That's terrible. I shouldn't even say that.
That's awful.
That's really
Marcy.
bad. And
Come on now, chill.
I'm a bad person. But yeah, I mean, we aren't parents, so I don't know what I would do.
Right.
My instinct is that I would try to validate and investigate.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Be like, okay, let's go look in the mirror.
Yeah,
and
let's look.
see.
Let's tell me what it was. Let's go face it. Let's tell it to leave.
Yeah.
You know,
And then when you get in there, slam the lights down and scream at your kid.
this is because you didn't brush your teeth. Oh God, that was both of those are very scary. I think would really, especially look, if it is your uncle, why is he locking that door? Please,
Dude, I know. Maybe to be like, hey, don't run away now.
it's not. No,
Don't run away.
No, kids.
It's same as red eyes. Don't lock the door. Be cool. Be like, hey. I got a puppy or burrito. Huh? And then you're like, what? You have my attention.
I mean, all of this sounds like very predatory, though, no matter what.
I know.
I guess there's just no way. There's no way to make it.
Who knows how it works, you know?
We don't. And we've established that over and over and over again.
Yeah.
For sure.
We don't. We have no clue.
Well, these are all I'm going to read from the email today because, just timing wise. But I will get to the other ones at a later date. These were really great. You guys
so good.
Always send us the best stories, and we love it so much.
Keep them coming. We love them so much.
And have a spooky Halloween season, guys.
Yes, I hope you're all able to safely do fun, spooky stuff.
Yes.
And watch spooky movies.
Yes.
And eat fun, spooky food.
Yes.
Spooky.
Bye.
Goodbye. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy. And don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.